Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. And you had the super team of sports talk with y'all on one half of it. Diego Barista Koff, the Black Dominican Russian. Here checking in with my main man, my partner in crime. The 6 foot and under post up champ. Tell them who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy, Uncle Hate, the AA. The other A in AA Sports. Ooh, I'm fumbling. But we here on a Tuesday. We back on our regular schedule 2 times a week with the breakdowns and the picks later on in the week. It was good to be home on a Sunday for football, dog. What's good?
Hey man, I can't call it. It was all right. Niners dropped the ball, threw the ball to the other team several times. We'll get to that in a second. But no, all in all, it was good to be back in the floor of football.
Yes, sir.
Got to work Monday, coworkers. That's what you do this weekend. I just looked at it.
Right.
What the fuck did you do?
For 16 weeks, that shouldn't even be a question.
Saturday and Sunday. College on Saturday, pro on Sunday.
Shouldn't be a question. You already know what it is.
It's not. My wife knows during football season, if she want me to do anything, it needs to be done on Saturday because I'm more inclined. Okay, I'll skip a college game.
Yeah.
Watching that, but I'm a pro dude, so Sundays don't bother me. Ask me to do nothing.
Yeah, you gotta have your snacks and shit together Saturday night, cause it's not moving on Sunday.
You already know it. But again, good people, welcome. Again, we appreciate y'all tuning in, all the listeners, all the viewers. Again, continue to do so. If you watch us on the YouTube channel, continue to check us out. AA Sportcast, Straight Sports, No Chaser on the YouTube channel. And then we're also on iTunes and Spreaker as well. You can find us under that same heading. As we're going to go ahead and get started, opening segment of the show like we always do, hit y'all with something like the news. Hey, what you got for us this week?
Yes, sir. I got a few stories this week. This first one goes out to Mayor Ben Zahn, and he's in Louisiana somewhere. He put out a memo saying don't buy no Nike. Homie, just stop. People gonna keep buying it. Stock going up. Good vibe for you. Sucker move.
Yeah, you got a lot of people doing crazy shit. I saw one story where this cat is pretty much willing to bankrupt his own business. I think he has a shoe or apparel store.
Yeah.
And he's going to not sell Nike no more, he said.
That's dumb.
You got another one I saw. He's selling all the Nike stuff 50% off. Like, dude.
He got online sales?
Right, exactly. You saw Liberty University. They thinking about pulling their Nike sponsorship. You had another little small college somewhere here in North Georgia. Banning Nike from their program. It's all right, man. People really showing themselves, boy. They really showing themselves.
The money part of it, if you want to do that, I ain't tripping. That's on you. But these dumbasses who are burning the shoes while they got them on, that's dumb. Take them off if you're gonna burn them. But to set your shoes on fire while you got them on, that's some stupid shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, that's that first story. All right, this one here kind of made me laugh. Well, I shouldn't laugh at this. Reverend Shelton Myers of the Greater St. James African Methodist Episcopal Church in Louisiana. They were holding a funeral this past week.
That's one of the churches that stay in all day.
Right. Oh, this gonna hit you close to home here.
All right.
Bro, they was at a funeral and the floor caved in. A 4-foot hole and 10 people fell in this hole. This church has been around since 1867. Since I've been a child, damn near every church I've gone to had a building fund. Where the money at?
Now, you know what goes on with the building fund. A bunch of these churches been collecting building funds for years, ain't built shit.
Bro, I was putting my quarters in that building fund when I was a child. Where the money go? Yeah. But so now the church is also it's permanently closed until they get inspected for termites. So they ain't got a termite bun. The floor falling in. Reverend Shelton, something got to shake. Something got to shake, sir.
Reverend Sheldon.
Yeah, something got to shake, my friend.
Is he? I wonder if he's related to the what was the Reverend's name on that episode of Martin that was trying to get pain?
Lonnie Love.
Reverend Lonnie Love. Yeah, that sounds like the Reverend Lonnie Love shit.
All right, this one's funny here. This chick didn't put her name out there. Well, it wasn't published, but she called her wedding off just recently to her fiance because they were trying to charge their friends $1,500 to come to the wedding because they needed $60,000 for their dream wedding.
Get the fuck out.
It wasn't a destination wedding. It was just round the way. It's gonna cost them 60 racks, and she was charging $1,500. And of course, nobody was trying to do that. Now, these are her words from the post. We sacrificed so much and only asked each guest for $1,500. What did she say? She said, I just wanted to be a Kardashian for one day, then live my normal life. Her fiance stepped to her and said, let's just go to Vegas. She was like, no, I ain't going to Vegas. It ended.
It's a lot of red flags here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. My last, actually, I got two more real quick. The president of Tanzania in Africa told his people, y'all need to stop using birth control. He said, y'all being scared because y'all think y'all can't feed your kids and take care of them. He said, we need to start, our population's dropping. He said, I seen what birth control does to Europe. Their workforce is down, the population's dropping. He told these people, y'all got cattle, y'all got big farmers, you can feed your kids. Why resort to birth control?
Wow.
Right, this really happened. Meanwhile, he only has 2 children. And my last story, this is an update. My last story, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. You remember the GoFundMe situation we talked about?
With the homeless dude?
With the homeless dude.
Okay.
The lawyer for the couple who raised that 400 racks for him, he said that he's stepping away because one of them is about to be indicted for stealing that man's money.
Uh-oh.
Right. The GoFundMe came out and said they will make sure he gets every dime of that money that he did not receive. But yes, y'all was doing that funny accounting with that man. He went and got a lawyer. He about to get the rest of his bread.
And see, this is just unnecessary, uncalled for on their part, because all you had to do was just at least split the bread with the man. I think he probably would have been cool with that. The fact that I think the fact they tried to chump him off. I think what you said, they raised like 400 grand.
They raised 400. They gave him about 75.
Yeah, nah, son.
And they was like, well, he was gonna use it on drugs. You raised it in his name.
I mean, I know when we reported this story, we was like, hey, 75, I'm cool, which I would have been cool, but he, once he started pressing it, then they should have just came on off the money. But I guess the problem was they had spent so much of it so quick.
Absolutely. So it's indictment season for them. Somebody going to jail.
Oh man, that's funny as hell.
All right, that's all I got for something like the news. What you got? You got a story for us?
Yeah, before we get into the recapping these games, I do have one story. I didn't do my homework this week, people.
It's all good.
This one is in the world of sports, pro baseball at that. So the Detroit Tigers, their play-by-play broadcaster, Mr. Mario Impeba, and the analyst, Mr. Rod Allen, were calling the White Sox and the Tigers game. I want to say this was over the weekend this was last week. Apparently, they got into a little altercation, and after the game, Rod, as Mario's walking, I guess, out of the booth or away, Rod comes up behind him and starts choking him, got him in the chokehold, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Tried to choke him out all over a chair. Apparently, They were fighting over this chair during the broadcast, and when the broadcast was over, they exchanged some more words. Mario went to walk away thinking shit was over with, and Buddy just ran up on the back of him and started choking him.
Wow.
They have been taken off the air for the remainder of the season, and it remains to be seen if they would ever step foot in a Detroit Tigers broadcast booth again.
You mess up a good job like that over a damn chair.
Over a chair, cuz.
That's a shame. Bless their heart. All right, you ready to go to work?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get it in, people. Again, we're going to go ahead and recap these Week 1 games of the NFL. We're going to run these scores off. Of course, Thursday night's game, the Atlanta Falcons went up to Philadelphia to get the season started. And
quick question before you go. Is it January or is it September? Because I swear I just watched the same game with the Falcons in Philly.
Right. At least the ending was the same. It's nothing else. Same thing. But Philly protected home field. Home field on ring ceremony night or whatever they had their rings. But on championship banner night, pulling out that game 18-12. We had the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. The Browns didn't lose.
They ain't lose.
They ain't win either. They went to a tie, overtime. Nobody scored. Both teams had a chance to score in the final minutes on field goals. Pittsburgh missed the field goal. And the Browns proceeded to get one blocked. Tied at 21. Next up, we had the Cincinnati Bengals going up to Indianapolis, spoiling Andrew Luck's return, 34-23. The Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans in a game that probably lasted 9 or 10 hours, but due to all the weather delays, the Dolphins pulled it out 27-20. And the Titans came up with a couple big injuries that we'll talk about, I think, toward the end of the show.
Yes, sir.
As my aforementioned for San Francisco 49ers, went up to Minnesota, didn't quite pull it off, lost 24-16. We'll go over that game here shortly. The New England Patriots, once again, winning a home opener 27-20 over the Texans. That game was not as close as that score really indicates.
It really wasn't.
One of the shockers of the week, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Mr. Fitzmagic, went into New Orleans and dealt New Orleans actually their 5th straight home opener loss.
48 points on the road with Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, another game that was not as close as the 8 points difference indicates. That was the third ass whipping by Tampa Bay.
Yes, sir.
Jacksonville Savages, a.k.a. the Jaguars, went into New York, pulled it off 20-15. Not the fireworks we expected out of Odell and Mr. Ramsey. But Jacksonville went ahead and pulled that game out. Also, the Ravens, another ass whooping of the week, 47-3 over the Mr. Nate Peterman led Buffalo Bills.
Oh, that was bad. They made Joe Flacco look good.
I know, right? Hard to do. Next, you had second-year quarterback, first year as a starter, Patrick Mahomes, going into the LA Chargers and winning 38-28. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks winning to Denver. I didn't see this game, but just following the score throughout the day, it was pretty close and kind of back and forth the whole time. They pulled it out, though, 27-24. Washington Redskins went into Arizona and won 24-6. We expected Arizona to have trouble scoring, and voila, what do you see? Game of the week, they called it. The Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. Now, this game started off with some juice. We'll get into it here in a minute, but run the score off real quick. 16-8, Carolina pulls that out.
Yeah.
Both of them have very big division games coming up next week.
Absolutely.
Game of the night. Mr. Aaron Rodgers, down 23-0. What was it in the fourth quarter? I can't remember. It was 3 scores.
I want to say it was 20-0.
Yeah. They were down 20 points, whatever it was. So after injuring his knee in the first half, it didn't look good. He got carted off.
At all.
Well, he pulled a Willis Reed. Paul Pierce on us, came back second half and led the Packers to a 24-23 one-point win. Last night, Monday's games, after throwing a pick 6 on his first pass of his pro career, Sam Darnold and the New York defenses got all up in Mr. Matthew Stafford and Lions' ass. Beat their ass 48-17. And the Rams, capping off the late game, they win 33-13 to spoil Mr. John Gruden, a.k.a. Chucky, a.k.a. I got every excuse in the book why we didn't sign Khalil Mack. But I digress.
The analog all-stars, they couldn't get it done. That analog-ass playbook he was running, that shit was not working on that defense last night at all. But, we'll talk about them a little bit later. Let's jump on into it. Let's talk about your 49ers. What'd you see?
Well, I didn't see shit because my fire stick wasn't working. Yeah, problem, right? I was stuck watching the games that were on TV. But from what I gathered, the look-ins, following what I could on Twitter.
Yeah.
A lot of turnovers, of course. We know Jimmy Garoppolo threw 3 picks.
Yeah.
Now, one of them, the main one, the pick 6, was not really his fault. The receiver, I think it was Bourne, which was a young guy, probably would not have been in the lineup had Marquise Goodwin not went out first part of that game. But he ran a long route and fell down.
Right.
Which led to the pick 6. And then we had another instance where Alfred Morris fumbles the ball on the one, trying to reach over the goal line to score. That was another point. That's 14 points right there.
Right.
Either lost or given up. And then I think our tight end dropped another touchdown in the end zone or close to it. So we had a lot of self-inflicted wounds. The defense actually played better than I expected. Vikings kind of started off, pretty hot, but after that,
slowed them down.
We kind of slowed them down and held them in check.
Yeah.
So, of course, disappointed by the loss, but all in all, I think there's some things that we can grow from.
Absolutely. I watched a good bit of it via Red Zone, but it would have been a remarkable win to go into Minnesota and beat that defense. But to close the gap 8 points, it was solid. I mean, they was on his ass. They was on Jimmy's ass that damn near the entire game, rushing and blitzing. A good thing y'all come away from it, from what I understand, Goodwin's injury isn't major.
Right. So I think it's a thigh bruise. He's day-to-day. They got him listed.
So, but it's early.
Yeah.
But the $84 million man was solid. He was solid for them. I mean, he wasn't spectacular, but no interceptions, two touchdowns. He was only sacked 3 times. Dalvin Cook looked good from what I saw. But, I mean, I think that was my pick to make it to the Super Bowl. Hell, that was my pick to win the Super Bowl. So I got to ride with him this year. But if they can keep that defense going, he can minimize the mistakes. I'm expecting 3 of those Kirk Cousins games, with the terrible pick at the wrong time that he always throws.
Yeah, that's always his issue.
Well, they play Green Bay next week, but Aaron may not be playing, so that'll be different. But we'll see. We'll see. Next up, the Dallas-Carolina game. Boy. Dakota.
That whole Dakota and that whole goddamn offense.
Man, so this is what Dak-friendly offense is about? This right here? Right here?
That shit was trash.
Beasley Bear's your number 1. Y'all can't run.
I think that was the most surprising. I think that was the most surprising thing to me right there. I mean, even though y'all have a solid defense, Thomas Davis wasn't there.
Right.
In the Dallas's line is supposed to be all world.
Right.
I thought they would be able to run the ball a little bit better than what they did. They really only had 1 or 2 drives where they were effective running the ball, and by that time it was too damn late. The receivers, those receivers weren't getting any kind of separation or getting open at all.
Bruh, if people don't look at this film and say, this is what we do to stop Dallas, you're missing the point. Stack the box. Dare these guys on the outside to beat you. Dare them. Because ain't nobody getting separation. I don't know who the tight end is. Rico Gathers got locked up for weed last weekend right before the season and still made the team. I heard a stat Monday. This was Dak's 11th straight game throwing under 200 yards.
You can't complete passes when you skipping them motherfuckers to the receiver's feet.
Hey, man, Jerry and them going to have a decision. If he does this shit all year long, they can't pay him.
What is year 3?
This is the year he has to get paid. He's not on no first-year contract. I mean, he wasn't a first-round pick. He was a 4th.
Right, so he don't have a 5th-year option.
Nah, this is it. They got to decide this summer if they're paying him.
Well, this is 3rd year, right?
This is
1 more year, right?
Well, okay, so he's up for a contract. I believe they.
Yeah, Yeah, he'd be up for one, but they don't necessarily, have to address it at that time.
I mean, if it was me, I'd make him ride it out.
Yeah, but I say, you got a ride out situation, and then you got to decide whether to pay him, tag him, or let him go.
I mean, he wins with the tag.
Yeah, I
don't. Hey.
If you're gonna tag him, then you might as well just go ahead and pay him.
You might as well pay him.
At least just do maybe just a 3-year deal. You know what I'm saying?
do one of them Case Keenum deals. 18 a year, damn near fully guaranteed.
Right, because you're looking at what's the quarterback franchise gonna be? You got Aaron Rodgers that just got a shitload of money,
like 28.
Who behind him? Matt Ryan got a shitload of money. Yeah, that quarterback, Jimmy. I think Jimmy probably fall behind them.
No, it should be Aaron, Matt, and Cousins.
Cousins is in there. And then,
28, maybe 27, 28, maybe 29. Shit.
No way.
Nah.
That's what I'm seeing from Mr. Prescott so far. But again, we say so far, but it's only 1 year. I mean, one game. But I'm thinking about last year, and when Zeke wasn't there, I don't see him as the guy that's going to be able to lead you passing wise.
No.
He'll have 1 or 2 games a year, a couple games a year where he'll get hot. I think he had one last year against us, where he did pretty good passing the ball, and they beat our ass. It was a rout, but you're not gonna have too many of those games from him.
Man, I heard Jerry Jones. I heard a clip from him on Dallas radio. He said that we got a quarterback who's a mixture between Cam Newton and the guy who played last night, and I'm assuming he meant Jared Goff or Sam Darnold. What is Jerry seeing that the rest of us aren't seeing?
I'm about to say, what does Dak have that Cam have?
Outside of being big, that's about it.
I'm about to say they both black.
I'm assuming big. That's the only thing I can go with. He damn sure ain't got Cam's arm.
Nah.
He ain't fast.
Right. I mean, he'll run if he have to, but you ain't game planning for Dak running, I don't think.
Absolutely not. They got some stuff to work out. It could get bad quick, cuz. It could really get bad quick. I don't believe they're going to – I'll make an early prediction now. I don't believe they're going to beat the Giants Sunday night.
Yeah, I'm probably not picking them either. The big thing not to forget, because kickers get left to the side. We don't think about them a whole lot. They missed Dan Bailey.
Right.
The kicker missed a kick that, could have, put them back in the game Sunday.
Have we heard why they cut him? Was it a money decision?
I think it was just strictly a money decision.
Okay. You can't renegotiate with a kicker?
I mean, he's out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
They make dudes restructure left and right. So they went to Dan Bailey like, look, we need you to take this haircut. He was like, hell no. Nah. Fuck out my face. I
mean, as accurate as a kicker as he's been, he probably did tell him to get the hell out. He might have wanted to get cut.
That's true.
He might have wanted to get the hell out of there.
I gotta pull it up, see if he's on somebody's roster right now.
I don't think he got picked up.
Well, damn.
Because it was late.
Yeah, it was. It's like the last cuts.
Yeah.
All right, my Panthers. Let's wrap this up real quick. Cam threw over 60%, people. That's the magic number that y'all want. All you gotta do is dink and dunk. You get that 60%, they say you're a good quarterback. That's all you need. The offense did not perform well to me at all. I wasn't impressed with what I saw because when in doubt, Cam had to run the ball 13 times for 58 yards and a touchdown.
So
McCaffrey.
Rushing, right?
What's up?
So he led the team in rushing, right?
Oh, absolutely. Christian McCaffrey got them biceps up, but as soon as somebody hit his hand, he fumbled.
Yeah.
I think he's McCaffrey's going to be more of a combined touches guy. We cannot depend on him to carry the ball. That's a pipe dream. They think we're going to give him the ball 25 times on the ground and 5 in the air. It's just not going to work. Combined touches going to be his game.
And did you hear Troy Aikman doing the telecast talking about people say he's small. He's not small. He's put together. He's just short. Motherfucker, that means small to me.
Yeah, that's small. That's small. And he's not gonna get no bigger no time soon. So
yeah, I don't think he's gonna grow.
I think, can we have a moment of silence for Greg Olsen?
I'm just gonna bring that up, man. Greg and that foot, man, or Greg and something.
It's a wrap, man. It's the same foot.
Yeah, I saw.
It's a wrap. I mean, he said this is not how his season's gonna end. I mean, so what? You gonna come back with week 12? You know, again,
Right.
gimpy. I mean, you know, you was a good Panther. You know, we gonna retire your jersey or whatever. But
do you think it's time for him to go and hang it up?
Hey, man, there's a reason why he went and took that interview for the Monday night job. It was a reason. And what they say,
I think he knows.
And what they always say, when you start thinking about retirement, you already retired.
Yep.
So, but we got it done. Got a big game coming up, which we will talk about. We'll do our picks at least on Thursday. So let's run through this Pittsburgh game real quick. You know, like you said when you were running down the scores, the Browns didn't lose. They just didn't win.
Right.
Man, I put this game on our sheet because I caught a good bit of this one on Red Zone as well. Cleveland could have won this game 6 times, I believe. 6 between the end of regulation and overtime. They could have won that game that many damn times. Hey, man, I've been a tie guide apologist on this show many a times. Hey, man, tie guide need to lift some weights or something. Because when it count, that ball don't have shit on it. Nothing.
That pass that he threw to Josh Gordon to try to win the game, was that right before regulation or right before overtime? No,
it was ass, man. It was nothing on it.
Josh Gordon had at least 2-3 yards on that man. He looks up and the ball is a good 5 yards too short.
Easily.
And that was game.
That was it.
That was game. Yeah, I think it was about 20 seconds or so left in the fourth quarter, matter of fact. Yeah, that was game.
And then you get the kicker. All you got to do is make a kick to win. That's it. And he missed the damn kick at home. I know it was raining. I get it. But do you know how on fire Cleveland would be right now if they'd have won that game?
Yeah.
Right now?
Okay, so you checked a lot of this game out.
Yes, I did.
Mobile as Ty God is. How the hell he get sacked 7 times? Was the line that bad?
Well, you know, we kind of skip over the fact that a future Hall of Famer retired.
Yeah, Joe
Thomas walked away, but it was wet. That offense, that line was not holding up. Pittsburgh was sending the house.
Okay, so it was just one of them sloppy games. I'm looking at the penalties: 12 for 116 yards for Pittsburgh and 11 for 87 yards for the Browns. It was a sloppy, ugly ass game.
But okay, looking at those numbers, you see 116 yards in penalties and 6 turnovers, and you don't win that game.
But shit, you don't lose that game.
No, I'm talking about Cleveland not winning that game with that much on their side, and they still didn't win that game.
And we're down for most of this game.
Right. It didn't get jumping until damn near late in the third quarter.
Yeah. I don't know, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think Pittsburgh is as bad as they probably played in this game.
Nah, you know what they do on the road, so I ain't tripping. This ain't a long-term thing, but you know what they do on the road.
Yeah. So
but
thinking who they play this week. They got a big game this week, right?
Pittsburgh got Kansas City.
Okay. Is it probably in Pittsburgh?
I got my schedule right here.
Probably so. They started out on the road, so it's probably a home game. Well, Kansas City started on the road too.
Shit, where is that damn game on here? Okay, I don't see it on here.
One of the two of them will be playing their second road game, so we'll see.
Absolutely. I don't.
Do they miss him? Did Connor? I mean, I know Connor had numbers, but from what I was, reading, what I gathered, there was still some things. I know he fumbled the ball. How was he? How was he?
He had a fumble. Hey, man, when you got an offensive line that opens them type of holes, it ain't but so much that you can do wrong. You know what I'm saying? He hit the hole when he was supposed to. He lost weight compared to last year. I think that was the big thing. But, I mean, you carried the ball 31 times. I mean, he had 36 touches in this game. He did what he was supposed to do. I don't think that's going to move Le'Veon anymore. But, he's going to be solid for now. But
he did he don't probably bring what Le'Veon bring in the pass game.
Mm-mm.
And the haircut is ass.
Oh, that haircut is terrible. AB had 16 targets in this game. 16. I understand the force feeding, but it seemed like Juju was getting looser. Maybe they should have went the other way, trying to get him off.
5 catches, 119.
Compared to AB having 9 balls off 16 targets. And Ben. I meant to give Ben a chump, but man. I've been waiting since Sunday to see who he was gonna blame for this game.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard him blame nobody yet, so maybe he's off that bullshit this season. Maybe.
Nah, it'll come. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, but he made Denzel Ward look good. He threw that rookie 2 picks in this game.
Yeah, I think Browns. Who the Browns got this week? They might win this week.
All right, who does Cleveland? Cleveland has the Saints. They're not winning.
New Orleans. No, yeah, New Orleans gonna want some get back.
And it's in New Orleans. Pittsburgh's at home, so they should be straight.
Yeah.
So they may be back on the winning path, but yeah, that's not happening. Can you show the people before we get off of here what 6 is doing?
Well, who doing?
Mayfield 6.
Oh, he warming that arm up. Warming it up.
All right, let's get on to this Rams-Oakland game.
All right, you better pick it up, baby. You better pick it up.
Hey, I've been a Ty God fan on here, but 15 for 40 ain't gonna cut it, big homie. I cannot ride for you on this mess. I can't. Got to do it. All right, the Rams and Oakland. We kind of mentioned it earlier with the analog all-stars. It's not a lot of talent on Oakland. When you look at that game, it's really not a lot of talent on the offensive side.
Yeah. Did you see about an hour ago, Martavis Bryant they re-signed Martavis Bryant?
Okay, so he couldn't learn the playbook, and he got to pick it up. He facing a suspension, but now y'all want him back in the building?
Well, you know what that could be about, right?
What's that? They found out Jordy's done?
Well, from what they say, they always left this open. They told him that this could be a possibility. But I think it was more about the fact that, if you on opening day roster, then the money guaranteed.
Gotcha.
I mean, after it's a week-to-week thing. So if this suspension come down, they can cut him again and send him on about his way.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I watched this game up until the third quarter, and it was, I think, either a tie or pretty close. And then I woke up to a 20-point win. So I'm not sure what happened in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, outside of that first drive, they didn't score. Did they score on the first drive?
It wasn't the first drive.
Well, one of those first couple of drives.
Yeah.
Basically, after the first quarter, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, you did better than me. I fell asleep at the half.
Okay.
I tried, but that shit was like 12:30 going into the half.
I mean, the Rams scored 33 points. Like I said, this game, it was kind of slow.
It was.
It was very slow. So we'll see what happened next week. I was keeping my eye on Donald and Sue in the middle, and I didn't see the disruption that I expected to see.
Me neither.
From the two of them. So of course everybody got to get their, they got to get their footing and get everything in order before we can make a real telltale sign. But this game just left a lot to be desired. Like you said, only thing popping in this game was Jared Cook.
And
from Oakland standpoint.
Let me give all you folks an L that's about to run out there on fantasy and add him off the waiver wire. When he give y'all with 2 catches, 13 yards next week, I don't want to hear shit.
Because he good for that.
He is good for that.
Well, one thing he was doing last night that he's not known for, he was
catching the
ball. Hands didn't come into play last night. He was catching it last night.
He always been fast. He just can't catch.
Yeah. I mean, nothing out of the run game from Oakland. John Gruden.
It's gonna be a long season.
If anything, he definitely showed a whole lot of rust.
It's gonna be a long season for them. And truth be told, if we're keeping it 100, did you see anybody run a route outside of 15 yards for Oakland?
Who gonna get open? I mean,
Exactly.
now granted, the Rams got some exceptional corners in Peters and in Talib. They got Joyner back there at safety, but they weren't even. I didn't even see a whole lot of targets or even looks in that direction. It was pretty much either Marshawn Lynch 2 yards in the cloud of dust, or Jared Cook in the middle of the field. That's pretty much all that they were able to do.
Okay, if Carr threw the ball 40 times, Amari Cooper and Jordy Nelson only combined for 7 of those targets. That means they weren't remotely getting open at all.
That's bad. And Derek Carr threw 3 picks too, didn't he?
Yeah, he threw 3 picks.
This was the week of 3-pick games.
Bro, let that set in though. He threw the ball 40 times, and your top 2 wide receivers combined for 7 targets out of 40 times. That's ridiculous.
Yes, that's not gonna be a good recipe.
That type of shit right there is what's getting Martavius Bryant back in that building.
Oh, absolutely. They don't think that didn't factor into it.
No speed on the outside, none. But hey, that's what y'all wanted. Chucky's back.
Chucky better get his old ass in gear. They got a division game coming up this week. They got to go to Denver, and
I don't like the look of it.
Nope, Von Miller is waiting on you.
I don't like the look of it. Boy, when we do these Power Fives after week 4, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the Sunday night game. We kind of skipped around a bit. We're gonna go to this Sunday night game. Finish up here. The Chicago Bears were manhandling the Green Bay Packers for most of this game. They got up to 20 points, 20-0. They were handling them. Even hurt Aaron, and I thought he was hurt for a while with that injury. When they come get the car, I think he stood up and laid back down when he was on the field. Got up, walked off, and they took him on the cart. Boy, that whole season flashed in front of their eyes. It was done.
Because Deshaun Kaiser came in there. Ooh, boy.
Man, that's another one right there. I'm still not a Brian Kelly fan, but he might have been right.
Brian Kelly ain't shit. I don't give a damn. Brian Kelly ain't shit. Deshaun Kaiser, maybe he did come out one year. Maybe he did. But Brian Kelly still ain't shit.
It's just the way he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Just a sucker about it. But okay. Aaron Rodgers came back in the second half with his knee hanging on by duct tape and some staples. And he came back and won this game 24-23. What can you say about it? I mean,
we got to talking about arm strength. You look at Tyrod and Matt Ryan, who we forgot to talk about that double move that Julio burnt that dude on, and Matt Ryan didn't get the ball out there to him. When you look at quarterbacks like that, and then you got Aaron out here dropping 50-yard dimes on one leg in the back of the end zone.
Right. On the money. I mean, what can you say? 20-30.
I will say this. Why did it take McCarty and crew? Why did it take Aaron getting hurt for them to make an adjustment to start getting the ball out of his hands quick? Why did Khalil Mack and the Bears damn near have to kill him in order for you to make that adjustment?
That's a good question. Let me ask you this. McCarthy's not calling the plays this year, is he?
I can't never tell. Sometimes he call them, then he go to not calling them, then he take the play calling back. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, it goes back and forth. But, you hit me with that Sunday, and I was like, yeah, they sure did wait till he got hurt to start wanting to call the plays. I mean, start speeding up the process. And they should always be in a speed package. They're not a power team.
Never come out of it, ever.
Yeah. When you got him, I mean, the playbook is second nature. So.
Right. I mean, they ain't been a power run team since, Ahmad Green?
Yeah. Get roundabout. Yeah.
Did Ahmad Green come before?
He was with Brett.
No, he was with Brett. Dorsey Levin. That's the other cat I'm thinking about. I think he was before Ahmad Green.
Yeah, he was before him.
Yeah, we're talking early 90s and mid-90s. Now, let me stop.
Yes, sir. But no, I mean, I understand you need balance. I get that. I get needing balance. But this shit that they're doing, they need to be in that fast moving offense at all times. It doesn't work that way without that, for them at least. Jamal Williams had 15 carries for 47 yards. Y'all ain't getting nowhere with that.
Right. Is Aaron Jones hurt?
Now he's suspended.
Okay. That was one I didn't see him. So I think he's a little bit better than Williams to me. He, at least catching the ball.
That's what they say. Yeah.
So maybe that'll bring a different element. Randall Cobb, old lad, still out there was getting it.
Bruh, how did he break for 75 yards?
I ain't seen Randall Cobb run that fast in a few years.
Me neither.
I want to test him for the juice. Just saying.
Hey,
most cats get older; they don't get faster.
Hey, I mean that's. I mean, if we really throwing that out there, I mean that's kind of like becoming 33 and starting dunking on people again.
I'm all about. Hey man, get you a hyper. Maybe got a hyperbaric. Cats that get hyperbaric chambers, they can do wonders, man. Terrell Owens still out here ready to play football. He's 56.
Hey, bro, Brian started jumping out the damn gym this year.
Things that make.
Anywho, let's
hey, you know the thing is though. You know what the reason was.
What's that?
He went vegan, man. That's his excuse. That's his excuse for 2018. I went vegan.
That's it. Yeah, I don't eat Big Macs no more, so everybody getting boomed on.
Unless you David Johnson. Did you see that little thing on him?
Nah.
I know they said he had went vegan, right? But come to find out, it was for like, I think he said he lasted like 3 or 4 days. He was like, they was going out to team dinners and shit. People was ordering steaks. He was like, fuck, I'm hungry. He said that shit didn't last long at all. So he get his weight back. He said I had to get his weight back up. We'll see. But that was funny.
Hey, that vegan thing, that's why Arian Foster stayed hurt, I believe.
Hey, maybe so.
But nah, back to it. Hey man, speaking of awesome, Khalil Mack.
I'm gonna say let's talk about the Bears for a second because I think they got a promising season ahead of them.
I got ask you a question about that quarterback, but let's start with Khalil Mack.
Animal.
That's everything they wanted with that trade they got in the first half. Yeah. Everything they wanted.
What didn't he do?
Exactly.
You know, I mean, he was sacked when he wasn't sacking the quarterback. He was getting to him,
putting that pressure on him too.
Hell for was it Bakhtiari? On that, whoever's on that side trying to block him, he was making it hell for him.
He was working him.
He was stripping the ball. Yeah, didn't he have a pick?
He had a pick six.
Yeah, that's right. He had a pick six. Mm-hmm. Then you got raw Ayers on that defense. Roquan Smith came in.
He balled when he came in too.
And the defense was already good last year, and they just added to it. So the defense is going to be a monster. Now the offense got stagnant.
Yeah,
they played well in the first half, but it just seemed like they got too conservative, trying not to lose in the second half as the Packers was making their comeback. So Nagy, he got to figure that out right there. That's reminiscent of some shit that happened in Kansas City a few games late in the season.
Right.
So he's got to figure that shit out.
Hey, what'd you see from Trubisky?
I kind of like what I saw. From the most part. He was pretty much hitting his targets. Making time for himself when the line didn't block. But I think he'd be okay. I don't have a really good grasp on him as of yet. Yeah,
I mean it's early, and I just think if he takes off, they're gonna be straight. Yeah, and I'm not saying it got to be this year. He can slow cook, but if he gets there, this team's gonna be all right.
Yeah, like we said, I think during the preview before the season started, with the way that the defense is, it's all on him now, because he's got the weapons that he didn't have. He's got Allen Robinson now. He's got Taylor Gabriel. Who's the tight end they brought in for Philly? Burton.
Yeah.
Got two good backs in Jordan Howard and Cohen. You got a nice mix there between the two of them.
Did you see Kevin White? I don't recall him playing. Did he play?
I don't think he was active.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, but I don't recall seeing him on the field if he was active. So
right, but now
they got a chance to get to 7-8 wins this year. I think if Trubisky can continue to grow and keep it in the road.
I mean, they won 5 last year, if I'm not mistaken, and they played everybody hard. So they should definitely have a chance to get to 7 wins. Definitely.
Absolutely. Their future is bright.
Absolutely. What else I got? All right. Quick tidbit: all the coaches who were in their first year lost. We'll see what happens going forward. We ain't gonna do no predictions or talk none of that till week 4. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna go a quarter of a season, see what's good. It was a tough week injury wise. Very tough week.
Before we get to the injuries, let me ask you this real quick. What you think about Darnold last night?
Oh, he was solid. I wasn't the biggest Darnold fan because I thought he turned the ball over too much in college, and I thought the hype train was it was ridiculous. But after that pick 6, he could have folded, man. A lot of cats would have folded. First throw, a pick 6.
Right.
But when he calmed down, I mean, put it this way. The best way to describe what happened last night. He looked like the veteran. Matthew Stafford and his rich ass looked like the rookie.
Yeah, man. And he was getting his ass whooped. He was throwing picks all over the place. It was a disaster. And the whole time, Matt Patricia standing there with that damn pencil in his head. I didn't see him say a word at any point.
He looks like a joke. I mean, a joke. I don't get it. I don't get it.
And this team, to me, they got the same problems they have every
year. Nothing changes.
Why didn't they play Carry-On more? Because they never had a run game. And I could have swore that's what you brought him in for. Now, unless he was hurt coming into the last part of the preseason, coming into this game, I don't see a reason why you didn't give him some more playing time unless he can't pick up blitzes and shit yet. Now, if that's the case, then I understand. Because that's one thing that will hold a lot of young backs from getting on the field is that they can't pick up the protection. And
that wasn't the problem from what I saw. They just was in love with. They love Theo Riddick. I mean, yes, he can catch the ball. I get it, but he's not the best back on that team. You need to establish if Carry-On was picking up the blitzes, he can catch out the backfield. What are you doing with this scat back? That shit wasn't working. What are you doing?
I don't see why they don't. I'm trying to think who the play caller is there now. But
Jim Bob Cooter.
That's right, Jim Bob. If you really got to have Riddick on the field, put his ass in the slot. Or, line him up in some of these multi-receiver sets you got because he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He actually runs pretty decent routes.
Yeah.
Put him on the field at the same time with a Carry-On. I mean, maximize your weapons.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, Marvin Jones, he cool. But to me, he is so one-dimensional. He is like the new Mike Wallace.
I like the big guy they got better than
Yeah. He like a baby Megatron, body wise. Yeah. You know who actually put me in the mind of it? I want to say, does he wear his old number?
Who's that?
Not Roy Williams from Dallas. Roy Williams, the receiver from Texas. Remember?
Okay. That Roy Williams.
That Roy.
Yeah. He was solid.
You got to put me in the mind frame of him, at least, his physique, body type.
Yeah. But, hey, man, when you start throwing them picks like Matt Stafford was, it's contagious. Them picks become contagious. Bro, that shit was terrible last night.
Doors came off of that shit real quick. 31 points, I think they scored in the third quarter. They damn near put up a 50 burger on them in 3 quarters. That shit was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. But
and I would have kept pushing the gas.
Yeah.
But Sam looked good. Sam looked good. All right, let's speed this thing on up. The injuries. We had a tough week of injuries. Delaney Walker's out for the season. Broke his ankle. Marcus Mariota hurt his elbow. He says he's okay. maybe he needs something to blame on that completion percentage. Maybe that's what it is, because it ain't getting no better for him.
Mm-hmm. That him and Jameis was the face of that draft.
And them teams going to have some decisions.
Yeah, because if Fitzmagic play 2 more games, especially against Philly and Pittsburgh, which is their next 2 games, I don't think Dirk Cutter can take him off the field, especially with his job being on the line.
He can't. Remember we were talking about that a couple of weeks ago. He's like, nah, he gonna put Jameis back in. Nah.
Yeah, but see, I'm expecting Fitzmagic to play like Fitzmagic.
Back to life, back to reality.
But, sometimes he gives these little spurts of games where he looked good. That's how he's kind of hung around and been what he is. So he's paved a nice little career for himself.
He done made some good bread too.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's a capable guy. His thing has always been just being able to do it consistently.
Right.
So, if he can do it for 2 more games, Jameis, I don't know what you're gonna do, buddy, but you're gonna I don't know, maybe you have to food poison him or something, get back on the field, get your job back.
Could you Jameis would be the worst backup quarterback you can have. He would be the worst one. He'd be second guessing everything, hating in a positive way.
Right.
I could have threw that pass better, coach. I'm just saying.
Right. I know he's your boy. It's coming down to it, coach. What we gonna do?
Ain't it funny how Deshaun Jackson balled in that one game with him? Couldn't do shit with Jameis.
One game. But in all fairness, from what I was hearing coming out their camp, that both Jameis and Fitzpatrick was having pretty good camps. I don't think I saw one game of theirs preseason.
No,
but
I didn't either.
They were both doing pretty good. So it's a shame for Jameis. He put himself in this situation.
Absolutely.
So go out there. The rest of those injuries, and there's a lot of big ones.
My team took some L's. We lost a starting offensive lineman and Greg Olsen. Of course, we talked about Aaron Rodgers' injury. Doug Baldwin. Doug Baldwin came into the season with one bad knee that he had to manage. He messed up the other knee.
Motherfucker need a wheelchair now, cuz.
Damn. And Dez's phone still ain't ringing. Matthew Stafford, I don't know what he had. I think he just got an all-around ass kicking last night.
Yeah, he was taking body blows. Leg was fucked up.
Now, we both saw when he went out the game, was it his chest?
Oh, yeah, because he got sandwiched. He got sandwiched on that one play. And then I want to say as he was going to the ground, one of the guys fell on him.
Right.
I think it was just a combination of things right there because when he came off, he didn't go to the bench, I don't think. He just kind of went to the side because once they stopped playing, you got to come off for a play.
Yeah.
I think if they would have gotten the first down, he would have went back in, but they ended up having to punt. So he didn't come back until, I think, the next series, right?
Yeah. Why was I expecting them to take him for the concussion check?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think it was a head injury, though. I think it was just the fact that he got sandwiched between them two guys. Because one person hit him from the back, and then the guy in front had his head down and hit him in the midsection, sternum area. I think that's why they was checking his chest.
All right.
He got hit so many times last night. They could have checked him from any number of things. They probably should just put his ass in the full body CAT scan after the game. Just check everything just to make sure he was straight. Now the thing that kind of scares me about them is the Lions that played like they played last night and come out the next week and look like world beaters, and we got them next week. So we're gonna have to be on our P's and Q's and not take this game for granted.
Is it y'all house or y'all go to Detroit?
Nah, we got a home game.
Y'all gonna win.
Yeah, I think we will. But we gotta be focused. We can't expect them to play like they played this week.
Nah, they gonna want some get back because they got embarrassed on national television by a rookie. Leonard Fournette had what he always has, which is a hamstring injury. Apparently, it wasn't too major. That's what they're saying. Texans lost a starting offensive lineman. Devontae Freeman hurt his knee, but he said it wasn't that serious. Jeremy Hill tore his ACL. He's done. Marquise Goodwin, you said it's not too major, just a thigh bruise, so he's going to be straight. Big Ben, bumps and bruises. Man, Why would they even put that shit on the report if it's bumps and bruises? Everybody got bumps
I'm
and bruises.
trying to figure out because I was just writing down the injuries for each person as I'm going through the notes. When I got to him, I was like, okay, what did he hurt? So
That came out today. They was like, oh, yeah, he's going to be limited from bumps and bruises.
So him and Matthew Stafford got the same ass kicking.
Basically.
Okay.
Basically. And I think the biggest injuries that we should talk about real quick is Atlanta losing 2 impactful defensive players.
That is huge.
Those are their thumpers.
Yeah, because Keanu Neal went out. The safety went out first after the game last week. Was it his ACL?
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
Okay. And I think they were going to be content because they hadn't called or signed anybody. They wouldn't be content with the young boy Casey coming in to replace him.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you can get by with that. But today you get a report that Deion Jones was going on IR, designated to return after 8 games with a foot injury. And that's probably bigger than the Keanu Neal injury because that's your middle linebacker. That's your signal.
Right.
That boy is running from side to side. You got people talking about him. Within a couple of years, he might be in this conversation as best linebacker in the league. I don't know about all that yet, but I recognize the talent and the speed and what he brings to that team's defense, and that's going to be missed.
Let me ask you this, because everybody was watching that game, but do you think Neal should have went back in that game?
Because he
got hurt one time. Both of them got hurt and went back in, but Neal didn't seem right when he went back in the game.
Yeah, his leg was probably messed up from the jump. But, you know how these guys are. You know, once they clear them, hey, they're going back out there. I mean, you could very well be talking about Aaron in that same sense. You know, if they say you can't hurt it anymore, well, I guess that wasn't the case with him because he ended up tearing his ACL. But
right,
once they clear him, the players want to come back and play. And in that kind of game, the first game of the year, you've been waiting all year to play. Probably ain't played all preseason, or if at all, probably not very much.
Right.
So I can see him wanting to go back out there, and help his team if he didn't feel he was seriously hurt. But with a lot of these, you get a lot of these injuries, like the boy we lost, the McKinnon. He was coming off a calf strain. And then he tears the ACL in the same leg. So, and there was a couple other guys that ended up getting hurt, and it was a question about whether they came back too soon or not.
Yeah.
So, shit happens. It's just messed up.
Nature of the beast.
I know you don't care as a Carolina Panther fan. So I don't know why you sitting over there trying to act all sympathetic and shit.
No, I mean, shit, I know all about injuries, man. My offensive line been falling apart for the last 2 months. So the shit sucks.
That could be a problem.
That shit sucks, but let's run through these.
I think we lost 2 linemen this week. As a matter of fact, we did because we had to McGlinchey, the right tackle that we drafted from Notre Dame. He had to end up his first NFL game. He had to switch from his natural position to go play guard because of injuries. So, I mean, it was going around a lot this week. I wonder a lot of it probably has to do with these starters
not playing in the preseason.
Haven't been playing a lot.
Nope.
They're talking about wanting to take the preseason to 2 games. This is another reason why I'm not really in favor of it, because in 2 games, with only 2 preseason games, you're really going to have some conditioning problems.
Absolutely.
Preseason, that's the time where you're really trying to get a look at your young guys and how deep your team is going to fill out.
Right.
You don't have that time to look at them. When you going to look at them?
They're going to look at them in shorts and a T-shirt on the practice field.
Yeah, I just think that 2-game preseason is going to I understand why people want to do it. They think it's going to cut down on injuries, but it's going to take away from other things to me.
Absolutely. Ain't nothing you can do about that. All right, let's tie up the champs and chumps for the week, and then we're going to finish with your Super Bowl prediction. What the hell am I talking about? Super fight. No, it's not Janice Vodka. The fight prediction. All right, let me run down my champs and chumps real quick. My first chump goes out to Matt Ryan and Steve Sarkisian. Hey, man, something got to shake. Y'all got Julio Jones. You got running backs. You got wide receivers. Something got to shake there. This shit don't look good, Atlanta. My next chump goes out to the coach of the Buffalo Bills, Sean McDermott. If your ass is still debating on who's going to play quarterback from you after Nate Peterman pulled that mess again, you might need to be removed from your position. My last chump goes out to Oscar De La Hoya, who said that he is exploring the idea of running for president. He said Donald Trump didn't have no experience. Why not? People have been coming to me for years telling me, why don't you step up and speak for us? You can do it. No. All right, my few champs I got. Carolina run defense. You shut down Zeke. Shout out. Fitz Magic. 453 total yards, 5 touchdowns. Hey, man, like you said, if he balls these next 2 games, it's going to be hard for Jameis to get back on that field. Pat Mahomes, he balled 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, and he threw the ball down the field. Something Kansas City does not normally see. And my final champ, Kentucky football beat Florida for the first time since 1986. They were turned up this weekend. 1986, dog.
Damn. It is crazy. Because you said that was Kentucky, right? Was it in Kentucky?
I believe it was. Yeah, it was.
Okay. Oh, man, that's crazy. Florida, man, the state of Florida football right now, especially with the big schools. Miami they played Savannah State this past week and they scored 77 points. But when they played the first game against LSU, they didn't look good. Florida State has looked like shit their first 2 games. Florida on this bullshit. They used to be powerhouses.
I heard that McTaggart is staying in an extended stay. He ain't even bought a house.
Willie? Are you serious?
I'm just bullshit.
Oh, it would be smart. If you go to Savannah State, I'm like, hey, this dude gonna get fired in the middle of his first year. Them boosters and shit down there, Florida State ain't gonna play that shit.
Hey, especially not when Jimbo damn near beat Clemson.
Right. Hey, dog, hey man, brothers don't get chances like that in college now.
Hell no. Some got to shake like quickly. So what you got, cuz? What you got, champs and chumps? I got a surprise for you down the stretch.
All right, so my chumps, the whole Detroit Lions team.
Staff, record label, and the crew.
Every fucking body. It's self-explanatory. I mean, they got beat in every facet of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. Just a disaster all the way around the board. Aretha Franklin probably rolling around in her damn grave. Next chump, Big Ben, between all the turnovers and what have you in that game, and tying with the Cleveland Browns. He's getting a chump from me. Got a couple champs. A.K. Willis Reed, a.k.a. Paul Pierce. Mr. Aaron Rodgers coming in, of course, like we said, bringing the package back from 20 points down on one leg against a defense that was very stout and a fucking animal. I don't know how he pulled that shit off, but he did. Denzel Ward, showing that maybe Cleveland knew what they were doing with taking him with that 4th or 5th pick. He had 2 picks. And another big play I want to say as well, but he held his own out there.
Absolutely.
And my last champ, showing that he's worth every fucking dime and making John Gruden look like an asshole in the process, Mr. Khalil Mack. He had a pick 6, I think with 3 sacks. And this is all after being with the team with a week.
1 week. And he was on a pitch count.
Yeah, all over the field. He didn't even start. So shout out to Khalil Mack, Chicago. The monsters of the Midway just might be back.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna finish up this last little bit. I got one sports related question, then we got some stuff out the box for you to surprise you. All right, give me what we looking at with this fight. What's gonna happen this weekend? Triple G and Canelo #2.
And man, I got a closer fight probably than the last time, but I'm still taking Triple G.
Okay.
Taking Triple G in that fight. Actually, he might be even more pissed now because of all the shit Canelo did just leading up to this fight and getting the first one canceled and all of that. So we're gonna see, but I definitely got Triple G in this fight. If you want me to put another prediction out there, fuck it, knockout in the 10.
Oh, okay. I'm not the big boxing aficionado, but I'm thinking Canelo gonna get it done because they gonna want that trilogy.
Okay, that could possibly happen. Now, you say they want that trilogy. Am I hearing a little conspiracy there?
Absolutely. We talking about boxing. Shit, if it come down to the scorecards and it's close, they gonna get that 3.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the scorecards and it's close, then yeah, you're very well probably be a possibility. I'm thinking you're saying like a knockout or something. I'm like,
nah.
I don't think Triple G gonna lay down.
No, I don't think he gonna knock him out. But if it comes down to it on the scorecards and it's close, let us get that third one. You know.
I can see that. Calling a split decision or some shit like that.
There you go. All right, let's do some real quick stuff outside of the box. All right, 1-on-1, nobody in the room. Who win in that fight? Cardi and Nikki?
Cardi.
I feel the same way.
Cardi. Just her energy different, man. Nikki, now if you would have said when Nikki first came in the game, she probably had a little bit of that same energy, because if you go back and listen to some of Nikki early shit before she got put on, you know, she wasn't this Barbie. You know what I'm saying? The flow was different. She was actually doing some real shit. She's carried herself totally different. You know, so I understand, you know, she didn't got to a certain level. She figured that, you know, she figured I'm a little more mature. That shit is beneath me.
Right.
And, you know, in certain venues, I get why you don't want to turn up and be ratchet, but I also get why some people, they don't give a fuck about what the venue or the setting is. On site mean on site.
On site. Just that simple. Just that simple.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. You watch Power Sunday?
I have not watched it yet.
All right. Well, I can't talk about it. All right. Well, we're done.
All right, people, we're finna get the hell up out of here. We appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Don't forget to watch, like, hit that subscribe button when checking out our ugly ass faces on the YouTube channel. Uncle Hater's gonna tell y'all where you can reach him at on social media. In the meantime, don't forget to watch, like, hit that subscribe button when you listen to us on Spreaker and iTunes as well. And again, any of you guys that have some small businesses out there, we are not accepting advertisements. So if you want to be, have your show advertised on AA Sports, shoot us a DM or email or something at aasportscast@gmail.com, and we can talk about that.
Absolutely. All right, you can reach me at RK6000. Holla at me. I talk sports.
Right.
That's what we do. Appreciate all of y'all.
Absolutely. Before I forget, shout out to Rory, official Rory on Twitter over there at the Mitchell Report Unleashed. He had me on his podcast on behalf of AA Sports the other day. We broke down the NFC West, which is my 49ers division. Real good content. Had a real good time on there. So I appreciate him giving us shots out and allowing us to come on there. We're going to have him on our show pretty soon. I told him we're going to get him on here to talk Toronto Raptors basketball. I assumed he was a Raptors fan since he's from Canada, but he shut that shit down real quick.
You beat me by 10 points, Rory. We still enemies, but we appreciate
y'all played in the fantasy league this year?
Yeah, we played Sunday, man. He got me by 10.
All right. Well, shout out to all the participants in the AA Sportscast Fantasy League. Of course, we're going to have that trophy again, year number 2.
Yes, sir.
At the end of the season, so make sure you're managing them teams and everything there.
Absolutely.
Before I forget, shout out to all the families, all the people. Of course, it's 9/11. We know what this day means. It just goes to show, I just say this. If everybody could come together and act cordial and do all that shit in a time like that, that means we as motherfuckers can do that shit all the time.
Absolutely.
So let's get it done. And that's it. Follow your boy at Diego Barish on Twitter. Like he said, follow him at RK6000. He talks sports. We are AA Sportcast. Straight sports, no chaser. We up out of here. We'll holler at y'all with our pick show in a couple days. Y'all be easy. Peace.